Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. We got another great edition of Bring It in the House podcast show where we spotlight musicians, entertainers, artists, and leaders. Get your meal. Another fantastic meal for you tonight. These guys have written and performed, produced, worked with numerous country legends across the globe, including George Jones and so many more. Let's give it up for the legendary Graves Brothers. Woo!
Woohoo!
Yay! You guys are amazing. I can't believe I'm here with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Oh my goodness.
Thank you for having us.
You're very welcome. We got Tim and Ted. Now, are you guys? No, you're not twins.
No, we are brothers, but
one of us is older.
Yeah, one of us is older.
I didn't realize when I first reached out to Ted, I didn't realize you guys were a duo. So because at first I thought you were just a solo artist. At one time you were solo, you both were solo, and so now you joined forces and you're a dynamic duo.
There you go.
Yeah, that's right. That's
oh
right.
my gosh, yeah, that is so neat. I was reading your bio, and I learned that your uncle is the Bluegrass Hall of Fame member, Josh Graves.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
How amazing is that? So being in that, I'm sure, and growing up having that kind of lineage in your family, I gave you guys a little privilege, a little edge up on that recording side.
It did. He helped me a lot because of I'm in the bluegrass genre like he was, and he opened so many doors for me that I didn't have to try to open myself, and it just worked because they say, well, here's Uncle Josh's nephew, and it just helped a lot because of him. So
that's so good to have that. He's kind of opened the door, so you don't have to knock the door down or blaze the trail so much. It was kind of already open. That's really good. Yeah. So okay, so I'm gonna start with Tim. You kind of already given us a little bit about how you guys started. But where are you guys originally from? What are you originally from? Tennessee?
We're from East Tennessee, a little town called Tellico Plains, Tennessee.
Okay.
Wonderful little town to grow up in, and then I moved to Nashville in 1984 because of the music. I got on the Grand Ole Opry with Wilma Lee Cooper, and so I worked with her for 12 years at the Grand Ole Opry, and then I went to work with the Osborne brothers after that, the guys that sung Rocky Top. I worked with 10 years at the Grand Ole Opry, so it was a good gig. So I had to move to Nashville because there was just so much driving and stuff, So I've been in Nashville since '84. So I guess I've been in Nashville longer than I was in Tellico, but Tellico's where I was born and raised at.
Wow. Amazing. That is so amazing. And Ted, now you are a versatile vocalist. I was reading prolific songwriter, lead guitarist with over 20 albums to credit during your long running career. Kudos to you.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Can you kind of share with us, what it's like to have that kind of, extensive background and some of the wonderful artists you've worked with?
Tim and I started off with a bluegrass group way back when we were just teenagers. And then as he mentioned earlier, the time come, he went to the Grand Ole Opry and I went into country and started touring. And I toured the country and wound up out in Fort Worth, Texas. I spent 4 years there in Fort Worth, Texas, not too far up the road from you there. And I worked at Billy Bob's for about 4 years. The whole time I was out there opening the show for many major stars, people like George Jones and Shenandoah and Billy Dean and just many people as they would come through there. And then traveled to Las Vegas and toured out from there all the way down to the southern tip of Florida with my own band. And writing my songs and just doing the country music tour thing, trying to get that big break in Nashville. And so, like I said, we have had been songwriting a lot and got some awards through the songwriting part of it. I've never really have pitched my songs though to any major artist. The only person that I have ever pitched my songs to is on the screen here with us. That's Brother Tim. He's the only one I've ever asked to or let hear my songs, except for me. So
he can write a song about anything at any time.
Mhm.
I called him up about a year ago and a couple years ago, and I said, I need a song. And I said, we need to talk about DNA in the bluegrass field. And he said, what are you talking about? I said, well, the DNA that I have with Uncle Josh and my banjo player, Don Reno's youngest son. I said, we got to talk about him. And Ted said, how long do I have to do this? I said, 24 hours. And he sat down and wrote the song, and the song went #1 for us. So
OMG.
right song off the top of his head is just a blink of an eye. So he has that gift that a lot of people don't have like that.
Yes. And it sounds like you work well under pressure.
Well, when we have to.
No pressure on this one, is there? I said, no.
But we decided, so Tim and I decided to reunite from the olden days of bluegrass. We decided to reunite that we might have something together that would be able to attract people and that they might enjoy listening to some of our new music. So we've recorded 5 songs already. We've had 3 single releases, and this last one is doing pretty well for us. They've all done pretty well for us, actually, the first 2, but this latest one just hit #6, wasn't it, Tim? On the charts, #6.
Number 6.
So we're starting to get some traction as the Graves Brothers this time. So, and that's how we're at the station end, is as the Graves Brothers.
And that's the single that's called "No Place to Go But Out of My Head, Out of My Mind," right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's such an interesting story about that. Can we tell you about that?
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about it, then we'll play the song right after.
Okay. All right. Well, Tim and I were down and the rest of our band were down in the studio in Nashville recording another song, one that's come before this one. And Tim got a message from Clinton Gregory. Now, Clinton Gregory is a country music star, and him and Tim are personal friends. And he had some great big hits back in the 90s. If it weren't for country music, I'd Go Crazy is the first one that comes to mind. It's a big #1 hit for Clinton Gregory. Mm-hmm. Well, there's a song, and to take it a little bit further, the great Waylon Jennings wrote a song or had a song called Lukenbach, Texas. You may remember that Lukenbach, Texas song. In that song, it says, now there's Newberry's train songs. Well, that Newberry they're talking about is a guy named Mickey Newberry. Okay, so now Mickey Newberry was friends with Clinton Gregory. And about 20 years ago, he handed Clinton Gregory a piece of paper and said, hey, it's your birthday. I want to give you the title of this song. And I want you to take it and write it and make some money with it. Well, Clinton put it in his guitar case or fiddle case and kept it there for all those years. Okay, now fast forward to last summer. We're in the studio and he sends to Tim a verse and the title. He said, I can't finish the song. Can you help me with this? And Tim said, well, I know somebody that can. So he flipped it to me. So Clinton and I have written this song together. And then we went in the studio and then Tim and I produced it and brought in our band. We've got some great musicians in our group too. And they're going to be with us coming up on this concert in July too, as a matter of fact. So we went in the studio in Nashville and recorded it.
Oh my gosh. Well, without further ado, guys, let's listen to this brand new single. I'll let you guys introduce your brand new smash.
Oh, here's the Graves Brothers with No Place to Go But Out of My Mind.
Sitting in a railroad yard, waiting for a train. Rust-colored stains, worn Levi's. Got no reason to stay here since she said goodbye. Black skies in the distance smell like rain. Now there's no place left to go, from here on down the line. There's nothing better there than what I leave behind, fading like a Polaroid, frozen in time. And there's no place left to go but out of my mind.
Yeah, that's nice. That is so nice. Oh my gosh. That's really nice. What do you call that guitar that he was playing? Is that the dobro?
Dobro. Dobro. Yeah.
Yes. I never knew the name of that until I did this homework with you guys. That's amazing.
It's a great instrument. And Tim is 16 times World Player of the Year. Yes.
Of the Year award.
Yeah.
I haven't for a while.
And that debuted at number 6. Did I hear you correct? That single?
It's up to number 6 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Number 6.
We'll hope it goes number 1, but last week it was at 6. So we'll see here soon if it's going to go on up.
Well, I believe it will. It's arrow pointing up. Yeah, that's it. You know, Ted, when I've been looking at you, I said you reminds me of someone, and I figured it out. You may have heard this before. Johnny Cash, the late Johnny Cash.
Well, if I can have anywhere near that success, I'd be quite happy with that comparison. I'll tell you.
Yes. I'm like, oh, he even have the voice is kind of similar to Johnny.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Am I the first to tell you that? I don't think so.
Well, yeah, I think maybe you are.
Am I?
I do get requests for Folsom Prison Blues every now and then, and we do it on our shows, So
Yes, my grandmother, she used to love Johnny Cash. She was a big Johnny Cash. It was a show, back in the day. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Lawrence Welk show and all of those. Yeah.
He was raised on the Lawrence Welk show. I was my middle name after the Lawrence Welk show.
Okay, so that's amazing. So that means that you guys watched you spent a lot of time watching it then.
Oh, I did, yeah.
I know you've really had some great times doing what you love, but has there ever been a time where you might have had some challenges that you may have faced, and how did you, if so, how were you able to turn it around?
Tim, you want to tell a story there? I got one, but you go ahead.
You go ahead. Let me think about that for a second.
Well, I'll tell you, my most challenging time in this business was after I left Texas, and I told you I was there in Fort Worth for about 4 years, and we were on top of the world playing all the great venues and all that, but I had a briefcase full of songs, and I said it's time to go to Nashville. So I went home to my home state of Nashville. And I was there for 18 months. And I tell you, it was so tough. I never got anyone to listen to any of those songs. And I lived with Tim for a little while. I lived with Uncle Josh for a little while and lived on a rented couch for a little while. And just, it was just tough times. No doors would open for me. All doors closed on me. And finally, after about 18 months, I decided it's time to go back to East Tennessee. But here's the good part that came out of that. I came back home to East Tennessee and started a new country band, and after a little while got established over here and started touring again, and touring up and down the Eastern Coast and all that. But the time that I was in Nashville, looking back on it, it really spurred on my songwriting more than anything could ever done that. Because I wasn't playing music out on my shows, that creativity had to come out in some way, and I started writing songs. Tim, just the four of us came when I was living there in Nashville. I wrote, and that's one that Tim has recorded and has played all over the world. And there's something about Nashville that's special for songwriters. And there's a lot of just a creative aura down there. And so it really took me in a new direction, songwriting. So a lot of good came out of that.
Oh, that's amazing. I love that. because you were looking at maybe like, oh, it's a difficult time, but that difficulty pushed out some great songs out of you. And
Sure
that's
did. It sure did. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. How about you, Tim?
Well, back about the year 2000, I've been working with my own band on the road after Wilma Lee had retired. And I've been out there about 14 years. And then I got tired. I mean, I was just tired of running a band and driving a bus and taking care of everything. So I got a call from the Osborne brothers. And he said, hey, man, he said, would you like to come and play in our band? And I thought, you know what? So I had about 30 days on the books, and I just quit booking for my band. And I worked a deal out with them that I would finish up the dates I had, but then after that, I would go with them full time.
Mm-hmm.
With them for 10 years. But I had been trying to become Dobro Player of the Year all of those years when I had my own band, and I would always get nominated, but I would never win it. And the year that I went with Bob and Sonny, the Osborne brothers, I became Dobro Player of the Year, and I kept on doing that for 16 years after that. And had I not went with Bob and Sonny, I may have never been Dobro Player of the Year. But it was they were the biggest. They were the biggest band in bluegrass music, and it was. I got a call from Earl Scruggs, and he wanted me to come out and play like 17 shows with him on the road. And I just worked with Bob and Sonny, and he said he was offering me a lot of money to go on the road with him. And I said, I can't do it. I said I just went to work with the Osborne brothers, and I said I can't do them that way. And he said, well, I appreciate you being true to the Osborne brothers. He said, I wish I had people like that. So I stayed with the Osborne brothers, and it worked out really well for me. So.
Yeah, that's really good too. And you were able to kind of take some of that pressure off yourself,
Yes.
Yeah.
I was riding on their bus, and I didn't have to worry about mine, and didn't have to worry about paying the guys. And it was just it was a refreshing 10 years that I worked with them. It was very refreshing. And then I started my band back up after Bobby retired, and then I went on. I'm still on my own now. So it's it's sometimes you run into paths like that help you out.
Yes, and that's amazing. The way I'm a believer, and I'm sure you guys are too. I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Father, and he has a way of giving us rest. At the time, we may not understand it. We may not see it as rest, but then that's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm glad you were able to get that break. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. And when the farm hands up, I was full of energy, and I've been running it for about 15 years now. So it's getting there.
In there, yeah. How do you guys stay current with the industry trends and changes that go across these the different genres and everything? How do you guys stay or contend with all of that?
Bluegrass don't really do that. They like it one way, and they don't want anything to change. It's you have to sound like somebody else in bluegrass to become popular.
Okay.
It's the weirdest genre of music that I've ever heard. I mean, they don't want it to change. Where country does, but bluegrass don't.
Okay, I didn't know that. So country kind of welcomes that change, but where bluegrass kind of stays that traditional.
They frown on change, and I feel like that's why bluegrass is not as big as it should be, because they won't let it expand. So and it limits you to just one way of doing stuff,
That's true.
Now, Tim and I, since we have formed the Grace Brothers, we've gone a little bit different track with our music, and it's combining country and bluegrass and blues.
Yeah.
So you'll hear all of that in the songs that we're playing. Some of the notes that are in there, some of the on the instruments, and some of the notes that we're singing. Some of the songs are written in minor chords, which is more blues oriented. And so what we're doing is I'm finding that country music is swinging back to what we are doing right now too.
Yeah.
You got people like Chris Stapleton and many others that are really doing blues music. And so while we didn't go to meet some of the country stuff, the country is swinging back to where we are right now.
Yeah.
So this is probably really a good time for us to be doing what we're doing with some of the new songs that we have. And we've got we've got 2 more that we haven't put out yet. We've recorded 5 so far, and the next ones are blues oriented too. One of them is, one's bluegrass, but yeah, we've got.
Yes, and you guys have a show coming up next month too, right? You were telling me about. Mm-hmm.
Tim, how long you been playing at the Station Inn? You've been there a long time playing.
Yeah, the first time I went to the station, 1975. I went there with
wow,
and playing it with my band, and I played that Station Inn probably 1,000 times over my lifetime of playing bluegrass music, and it's always been fun. It's a great venue to play.
But this is a new one for the Graves Brothers. This is the first time we're going in as the Graves Brothers, and it's iconic. The place is just iconic. Everybody, Bill Monroe's played there, father of bluegrass, and
Vince Gill, everybody.
Yeah, Vince Gill.
It's just a great.
It's a great venue. I can tell. And you guys have played, I'm sure, like we talked about before we came on, Grand Ole Opry and all of that, right? Y'all have been there.
Yeah.
Been there.
Well, Tim has. I haven't played the Grand Ole Opry yet, but Tim has many years.
Mm-hmm.
22 years.
How do you make time for, family and just be, your personal time, in other words?
Well, I'm single, so I don't have to worry about that. So it's a good thing.
I just put a lot of miles on cars myself.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No children, grandchildren.
Yeah, I've got children and a grandbaby and everything. So it's they're all grown and everything. So I'm just trucking along now.
Yeah, all 3 of us. I have one daughter. She's grown, and I have 2 grands. 2 grands.
Right. Yeah.
I've got a 7-month-old grandson, and I got she's 30. She's 36, and then I've got a 16-year-old and a 21-year-old.
Oh, wow! Look at you. You still got you got a little more work to do. When my daughter's 31, I have a 4-year-old granddaughter and a 6-week-old grandson.
All right, that's great. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, just got here in May, so I'm really loving this part of my life. Yeah, and I'm sure you guys are loving it. You're reaping the harvest.
That's it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good thing. So what's next for you guys?
Well, we're going to keep on recording and keep on putting stuff out and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the, and we're forming we're putting together a record label, and we're going to be working on that some. So it's going to be an interesting project.
Mm-hmm.
That record label, that sounds great. So you guys can sign me on your label.
That's right.
I always wanted to sing, but I'm not a really good singer though, but I always wanted to do something else. So, excuse me. You guys have been, you got what's that, United Songwriters of the Year Award, the 16th-time Dobro Player of the Award, and the list goes on. How does it feel to have all those accolades?
It's it's good. It really is. It's it lets you know that the people appreciate what you do, and it's it adds a spark to you when you get those awards.
Yeah, it gives you a little impetus to keep on going.
It does. Yeah, it does.
It does.
This business is challenging. It really is. It's not all fun and games. There's a lot of work to being in bluegrass or country or any kind of music business. There's just so much work to it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of rewards, and then the awards that come. Those are they do give you a little impetus to keep on going, like I say. So
yes, out of all the performances that you've done, do you have like a favorite one or most memorable performance, and why?
Tim, go ahead.
Mine probably Bean Blossom, Indiana, back in 1985, I think it was. Me and the bass player that I have now was working with Wilma Lee Cooper and we stepped up in front of the microphone, and she wanted us to sing a song. We got a standing ovation on a song, and then we come up and done another verse and a chorus of it, and got an encore on that. And there was probably 5,000 people sitting out there listening to us, and I've never forgot that how that I was young. I was 24 years old at the time, and it was I never had that happen to us, and it was like, man, this is incredible. And I've always remembered that show in Bee Blossom, Indiana.
Oh yeah, I know that was great. That encore, I can imagine. What about you, Ted?
Oh, probably. Gosh, that's a hard one to answer too, just like it was for Tim. But playing at Billy Bob's in Fort Worth, doing that for 4 years there, 1 week a month, and it'd be like 5 days stretch. That's one of the big highlights, and maybe the biggest was having my name on a marquee out in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
In Las Vegas, and my name out there on the marquee, and that was a cool thing. Naturally, I took a picture of that. So yeah.
Oh, that's so great, guys. Out of time, I can't believe we've time when you're having fun. This has been great. But before we go, would you guys like to shout out to any of your family, friends, any thank yous you like to extend?
Just thanks to all the fans and people that listen to our music, and just we hope that you're enjoying what our efforts are right now, and just keep on listening.
Yeah, that ditto all of that, and our website, if I may mention it, is www.thegravesbrothers.com. You have to put THE in there, thegravesbrothers.com. And we appreciate everyone that supports us and over all the years, but that are supporting this new effort as well. I know we've got people coming from going to drive a lot of miles to come to our show in Nashville on July 9th. So we're looking forward to seeing them there as well.
Yes, don't miss it, guys. If you're in the Nashville, Tennessee area, July 9th at 9 p.m. at the Station Inn, the legendary Graves Brothers will be there. Any words of encouragement or anything you like to extend to the viewers before we go?
Just never give up on your dream. Just keep on pushing.
And I would say that God gives everybody different talents, and the key to success is to develop what that talent is for you that God gave you. So it may not be music. It might be something else entirely. It might be electricity or mechanics or engineering. And when I went into the Navy many years ago, I took a test and they said, you can do anything except be an engineer. I said, okay. So.
I like that. I like it. Well, it's been a great time, and we'll see. I can't say I'll see you guys in Nashville, but if you ever come to Austin, Texas, please let me know.
You never know. And congratulations. You've been doing this 6 years now, Millie. Is that right?
Yeah, July 8th will be exactly 6 years this year.
That's awesome.
You guys got to come see me sometime. Or at least if you come to Fort Worth, I'll be there. I'm coming there to see you guys.
There you go.
That's a promise. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks so much for stopping by, Ted and Tim. We love you. We'll see you guys next time on Bring It in the House.